Hello and welcome to Ghost News Network. Hope everybody's doing well. This is the week of January 18th, 2015. And so it's another radio show.
It is.
And we do these things.
We do.
Every once in a while. You can tell I did not pre-think my opening statement at all today. I am completely exhausted. But to tell a story, was working. I was telling you guys this the other day, but I was in my house working, and I have two boys, and one was in school, and the other one's too young for school. He starts next year. And as I'm sitting down working, I thought I saw something go past my eyes, and I kind of blew it off. I thought maybe I'd been staring at my screen for too long. It was a floater or whatever. And my little one comes running around the corner, and he's like, "Daddy, I just saw a man walk into your room through the door." I said, "What did he look like?" He's like, "He was all black." I was like, "Well, what did he look like?" He goes, "He had no eyes, he had no face." He goes, "He was black and he was blurry." And so then he takes me over to his room and shines the light on himself facing the wall. He goes, "He looked like that, like a shadow person." And nice. he's like, "He just walked right through the door." So. Yeah, I blew it off and he saw it, so.
That's pretty crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. He sees stuff. Johnny doesn't.
I wonder who he gets that from.
I don't know. Not his mother. Yeah, so he sees things. I don't know. But yeah, just a little interesting thing that happened here. But we have a great show lined up ahead of us for today. We have our urban myth and legend, Garibaldi Mucci Museum. This week in Paranormal History, January 17th of 1781 was the Battle of Cowpens, South Carolina. And then Shannon's going to be going over her stones, so Getting Stoned with Shannon will be on. Getting Stoned with Shannon will be on then. We got a couple fan questions to answer, and we have our Lippy evidence vault, which is from Fort William Henry. So we got a great show lined up ahead of us, but to start, Mike, tell us what's new in the world of Lippy. Wait, first, let's welcome back Rob to the show.
Here we go.
Hello.
He had some babies or something.
Some babies.
Nine kids and counting.
So congratulations and welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
Yeah. But Mike, tell us what's new in the world of Lippy.
Yeah, not much. Doing a lot of in-house training over the past couple weeks. Everyone in the group's doing a fantastic job with that. We're really coming along. A couple of new members we started. I know we have another new member starting this upcoming Thursday. We have another interview we're doing on Tuesday. So, we're building this pretty big team. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. We're just finalizing our trip schedule for 2015. I'm starting to book all hotels and all that stuff. So we have a pretty interesting upcoming year. Otherwise, right now we're not really doing investigating on myths and urban legends right now because just the weather just sucks. It's too cold out. So, I'm kind of getting a little edgy. I want to, get out there in the field and start investigating again. I'm starting to get cabin fever in January, so kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We got to do the in-house training anyway. So, but otherwise that's pretty much it. Just going along with the flow, pretty much. So that's all.
Yeah, that made the mics ping. It was crazy. So if you hear some static, I apologize. I don't know what that was. But yeah, so yeah, a lot of cool trips. But at least we have a case coming up, so at least we get to do some investigating.
Yeah, we have that. I also was contacted by this guy. He's trying to do this huge EVP experiment. He's trying to get funding, like up to $500,000, trying to get grants and stuff going, and bring in like astrophysicists and nuclear physicists, like big time scientists. They trying to get them involved in this huge project for EVP, which is electronic voice phenomena, and they're really trying to put EVP on the map. They're trying to make it a well-known, area of study, and they're trying to get like all hands on deck here to try to do this huge experiment. One of their ways they're looking to do is they're trying to create a soundproof room where there's no outsider noise coming in. And that's one of the things they're trying to do. So, and with that would be that they have recorders set up in this room, and they're getting, voices on audio. Where is that coming from? So, that it's an interesting topic. So, it should be pretty good. I know we're going to be helping out as much as we can. We do have almost 12 years of experience in the field using EVP. So. But the guy, he's definitely really cool, really interesting project. He's trying to get like real big time media involved in it. They're trying to get a lot of funding for this huge project. He's already spoken to a lot of big time scientists, and they're all on board. And they're ready to go, which is pretty cool. So I'm curious to see where this goes over the next year. So
Yeah,
it should be interesting.
Curious.
Yeah, it should be really interesting. So we'll see what happens.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. All right, let's just jump right into this. We have our urban myth and legend. Mike's going to give you the history, and I'm going to give you the paranormal stuff.
Awesome. Historical facts on Garibaldi Meucci Museum. Starting off with Antonio Meucci. Antonio Meucci was born in San Frediano, near Florence in Italy in April 1808. He studied design and mechanical engineering at Florence's Academy of Fine Arts. In 1835, he left Italy for Cuba to take a job at the Teatro Chacon in Havana. After a 15-year stay in Cuba, where Meucci conducted numerous experiences with electricity, Antonio loved devices. He and his wife, Esther, came to New York in 1850, where they purchased a house in the Rosebank section of Staten Island. Here, Meucci had a marginal living as an inventor and a candle maker. Antonio Meucci is now generally recognized as being the true original inventor of the telephone. He created several prototype devices and filed several initial preliminary patents. However, his business was performing very poorly. Late in his life, Meucci was severely injured in an accident and unable to earn an income for his family. His wife Esther was forced to sell most of his telephone prototypes for a mere $6 to feed the family. Later, when Meucci recovered and tried to buy back the prototypes, he was told they had been repurchased by a young man whose name wasn't known, but some believe it was someone related to or working with Alexander Graham Bell. While Meucci had a temporary patent on his telephone invention, he could never raise the $250 needed in that day to file a permanent patent, a large sum of money for that time. When he was injured, his family did not have the $12 to renew the temporary patent, and it lapsed. In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell filed his telephone patent. A legal battle ensued, but in spite of dozens of sworn statements from very credible sources about the originality of Meucci's telephone, Antonio lost the case. It was said the judge had stock on Bell's company. Antonio Meucci died in 1896, and along with his death, so went the legal battles trying to get back the patent for the telephone. Giuseppe Garibaldi. Garibaldi was born on July 4th, 1807 in Nice, Italy. Italy at the time was a country divided into several territories. As he grew up, he became a strong advocate for reunification. In 1848 through 1849, Garibaldi fought in Italy against Napoleon. His wife Anita fought along with him. She died in 1849 while she and Garibaldi retreated from the defense of Rome against the combined forces of Austria, French, Spanish, and Napoleon troops. In 1850, Garibaldi came to America and landed in New York. Antonio Meucci offered him the hospitality of his home in Staten Island. In 1854, Garibaldi returned to Italy, and in 1859, he was appointed general of the Piedmontese War. Jesus. Through 1860, Garibaldi played a key role in the war to free Sicily and reunify all of Italy. Throughout the next 20 years, the war swept across the Italian land, and Garibaldi fought win the independence and unity of Italy. He died on June 2nd, 1882, having established himself as an icon of 19th century revolutionary nationalism and libertarianism. Paranormal history. Dimitri, take it away.
Yeah, paranormal stuff. These are the easy words.
Yeah, right.
Emily Gear has been the director of this museum for 6 years. In that time, she, her staff, and visitors have experienced a number of unusual activities. In particular, activity seems to have increased in the past 2 years as the museum has been open to paranormal investigators. She states the following experiences have been encountered. Shadows moving through the second floor rooms, and especially the first and second floor hallways. Voices in the second floor office, formerly the Mucci bedroom. The closet door in the second floor library room is said to be to open on its own. Strange feelings of fear and anxiety are experienced in the library room. Voices in the first floor gallery room. Both cold and hot spots are found throughout the building. Strong and foul odors are found in various rooms. There's a strong feeling of foreboding. Additionally, Emily has had people talk with a Frank's box, aka the telephone of the dead, to investigate several times. She says very forceful messages have come through. One entity has stated it doesn't like people there and is trying to drive them out. Another group of entities is searching for something they say is hidden in the building. Emily said things said things seem to happen more often between midnight and 3 a.m. and when she is present. So I know we investigated this.
Yep.
A
Couple times.
Yeah. Good play. I mean, I liked it. I don't think we caught anything. At least not when I was there. I was only there once.
Very minimal. I think we've investigated it, I want to say like 3 or 4 times. Yeah, I mean, nothing concrete. We've had a couple of, weird things happen, but I'm not going to sit here and jump and say it's paranormal, I would love to go back. I think we should go back. They are open for investigations. Anybody that's out there that is interested in investigating it, I wouldn't go with the team any more than like 6 or 7, the absolute maximum. I mean,
it's not a big building.
It's not big. It's like your regular size house, maybe a little bit bigger than that. So
I mean, if you do it on a nice night, you can do some outside investigation
you
on
could send your team out. Right.
Which I know we had done.
We've done that, yeah.
Because they have little small buildings and fireplaces, or what is that? That mason place. There's like a little masonry brick thing, I guess, where they worked on stuff.
Yep. But it's a basement, first floor, second floor. So it's like I said, it's not a huge place. I would limit it to 7 maximum. I would not go any more than that. But it's a cool place to check out. It's not bad. You can set up all your stationary stuff, DVR, whatever you got to do. Like I said, we haven't really caught great stuff in the past, couple times we were there, but you never know.
Yeah.
You only need just one time to do it. So, but it's a cool place. I would love to go back.
Awesome.
So yeah, there you have it.
Definition of the week.
Awesome.
Entities. A very generic, all-encompassing term that we use to describe a paranormal object that is, or being that is presumed to be a ghost or a spirit. Since no one is yet 100% sure what paranormal objects really are, the term entity is used as a pronoun to include any and all possible things, such as ghosts, spirits, poltergeists, non-human spirits, etc. And that's an entity. Thank you.
Fantastic.
That's it.
Awesome.
We have equipment, Mike.
We do.
Tell us about a piece.
Germanium Diode. Not many people use this, I'm sure. And there's multiple reasons why. Germanium Diode is probably one of the easiest things to use. It's probably what's in a lot of the devices now, like the PSP7 Spirit box and the Frank's box, stuff like that. Basically what it is it's a metalloid element. Germanium is a metalloid element, and it's number 32 on the periodic table of elements. And basically what this thing does is, what we did was we purchased it at Radio Shack for $2 or $3, and you solder it into a 1/4-inch phono jack, and you're able to plug it into an audio device, whether it be a digital audio recorder, an audio cassette recorder, whichever one you want to use. And you put it into the microphone port. And all you do is you turn the device on, and what the Germanium Diode does is it scans AM and FM frequencies. AM is the primary frequency that it's going to scan. And basically like the PSP7 Spirit box and the Telephone of the Dead, Frank's box, it's very similar in that aspect. The only thing here is because you're using an audio recorder, you don't know if you're getting an RVP, which is radio voice phenomena, or an EVP, which is electronic voice phenomena. It can kind of come in both ways. So that's a downfall to it. The other downfall is that because you're plugging this device into the microphone port, and it's not a microphone, you're muffling the sound. So when you're asking questions, it almost sounds like if you have your hand cupped over the microphone. That's kind of the way the sound comes out over when you redo the analysis on it. So, that's the downfall to it. Like I said, very inexpensive to use. But, I mean, for the price of like the PSP7 Spirit Box, if you really want to get into that sort of field in the paranormal, I would just go with that for $60.
Oh yeah.
You're better off going with the PSP7. It's clearer. You're able to record that onto a digital recorder, so. But I mean, it's a starter. It's starting to learn about these devices. So I think we've used it a handful of times in the past 12 years. So we haven't really gotten anything from it either. So, but who knows? You never know. If you want more information on it, you can check out our website at www.liparanormalinvestigators.com. If you have any questions on the device, you can feel free to email me, Mike at liparanormalinvestigators.com. There you have it.
Cool. Awesome.
You got it.
And now, wow, we're just blowing right through this content today. Hi, Shannon.
Hi.
Hello.
Shannon's here.
I'm here.
Everyone. Oh wait, we have a button for that. Hold on, wait. I think we have an applause button somewhere on here. Wait. There it is. That's the one we got. All right, so now we have This Week in Paranormal History.
So this week in Paranormal History was January 17, 1781, the Battle of Cowpen, South Carolina. Relying upon strategic creativity, Brigadier General Daniel Morgan and a mixed Patriot force routed British Lieutenant Colonel Banastre Tarleton and his force of Redcoats and Loyalists during the Battle of Cowpens in 1781. Commander-in-Chief of the Colonial Southern Army, Major General Nathaniel Greene, decided to divide his Patriot forces in the Carolinas in order to give the larger British contingent under General Lord Charles Cornwallis to fight them on multiple fronts. Because the smaller groups of men were easier for the beleaguered Patriots to feed, it was easier for them to do it that way. Daniel Morgan took 300 Continental Riflemen, 740 militiamen, with the intention of attacking the British backcountry fort, number 96. In response, Lord Cornwallis dispatched Tarleton with 1,100 Redcoats and Loyalists to catch up to Morgan, whom he feared might instigate a broad-based backcountry Patriot uprising. Morgan prepared for the encounter with Tarleton by backing up his men at the river Cowpens north of 96. As Tarleton's men attacked, Morgan instructed his militia to skirmish with them, but to leave the front line after firing 2 volleys. The British mistook the repositioning of the Americans as a rout and ran in an unexpected volley of concentrated rifle fire, coupled with a cavalry charge and followed by the return of the militia. Tarleton escaped, but Morgan's troops decimated his army. American rifles, which were scorned by British professional soldiers, proved devastatingly effective in this engagement. The British lost 110 men, and more than 200 were wounded, while an additional 500 were captured. The American losses totaled 12 killed and 60 wounded in the first Patriot victory to demonstrate that the American forces could outfight a similar British force without any other factors such as surprise or geography to assist them. So the British basically lost about 80% of their fighting force.
Wow.
Which is a very devastating thing.
Oh yeah. Very cool. So, we did the history, and now we like to tell you the paranormal things that happened there. So during clear nights, at about midnight, they say you can hear gunshots and cannons going off. They say a few minutes you will see people fighting and drawing swords, shooting with cannons and guns. Lots of people have claimed to have seen spirits of the American Revolutionary soldiers during the day. And some people even claim that you can hear people calling for help. So, interesting place. If anybody's in South Carolina near where the Cowpens is and can check out that battlefield, I'd love to hear what you've caught there and if you've seen anything interesting.
Cow pens was actually briefly showed also in the movie The Patriot, although they changed a lot of factors
Oh, did they? Okay.
to it. I don't know if you remember this scene, but there was Mel Gibson was talking, and he lobbied for the militiamen to be able to fire 2 volleys.
Right.
That's what that
That.
was.
Oh,
So
okay.
they fired their 2 volleys, then they made it like they were retreating. They went back. The British didn't see that the American regulars in the center were actually down below a hill, and they charged headfirst into an entrenchment of colonial regulars who opened fire on them.
Huh. Very interesting.
Interesting. Very cool.
Rob always adds so much more to these
think
than
I
I
just-
put in.
I disappeared though. I have no clue what you just said. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I don't pay attention to when you speak either.
Okay.
Nice. On that note, it's time for Getting Stoned with Shannon.
Still listening.
So now
I'm gonna
Rob
play
has
on my
equal
phone.
chance to ignore you.
I didn't do it on purpose. I just left for a minute. I don't know where I went. Okay. Today we're gonna go over Mossagate. The healing power of Mossagate has only been written about in recent years. It stimulates insulin production by the pancreas and thus combats diabetes and regulates the metabolism. The cleansing power of the kidneys and lymph system is improved by regularly drinking Mossagate water. This has also been a beneficial effect on digestion. The immune system is strengthened and the body is less prone to bacterial and viral infections. Women also benefit from Mossagate during pregnancy, labor, and while breastfeeding because it is thought to enlarge the womb and activate the mammary glands. Mossagate strengthens the bonds with nature and promotes communication and understanding. The stone helps those who want to free themselves from long-established ways of life or dependency such as addiction. Magical properties are that Mossagate is a lucky stone for gamblers. So if you're going to gamble, take that with you. It is also said to change the in play of colors and warns its possessor against false friends.
I got some money on the games today. Did you bring one?
Nice.
But if you are bringing it with you, make sure that you are holding it in direct contact with the skin. It must be discharged under warm running water and, if possible, recharged overnight once a month among rock crystals. And it reacts, your heart chakra reacts well to Mossagate. And the star sign is Capricorn. It does good things for Capricorns. So being that it is January and it's Capricorn time, it's good to know. It comes from the USA, India, China, and in smaller quantities in South Africa and Brazil. The colors are milky white and red to clear agate with mossy and green inclusions. And that's about it. That's it.
Have you
Very
used
cool.
Mossagate before?
I have. I love it. I love it. It's a good idea to get it in a necklace form or something so
Okay.
that when you wear it, it's
Right.
touching your skin.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But
Cool.
so
Good stuff.
that's my stuff.
Awesome.
I stutter a lot. My bad.
No, you were good. It was
Very good. Very good.
And now we have some fan questions to answer.
Yeah.
First question is from Griffin, and he asks, can people have the ability to dispel ghosts?
Dispel ghosts. Meaning, I'm assuming this can have a couple different meanings. Meaning,
Put them in
yeah,
a little box.
If you have a house that you want to get rid of the spirit, it means see you later, ghost. Completely get rid of it for good.
like
Usually
shredding
when
it.
you do a house cleansing, it just goes somewhere else. I don't know if they're asking. If you're asking about getting a ghost out of someone's house, then the answer is yes. You could do a house cleansing, you could do a house blessing, and there's different ways to do these things, and that a lot of times that helps rid the ghost of the house or the area. If you're talking about getting rid of a ghost, I don't know if you mean killing a ghost, getting rid of it for good, that aspect. Not that I'm aware of. I guess you can, but it's hard to say. You're talking about going into a totally different world. When they talk about having the entity go to the white light, and say if it does that mean it can't come back? I don't believe that.
And they say energy can't be destroyed.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know.
It's got to go somewhere.
Good question.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else
Anybody
you
want to
got?
add anything to that?
I mean, I think it covers it. I think you can maybe get them to leave.
Right.
Beyond
Right.
that, I don't.
Yeah, beyond that, it's hard to say.
Is it possible for an entity to follow you home? From Lisa.
Simple answer is yes. I know I've had my fair share of things follow me home. I'm sure. I know Dimitri is his fair share of stuff following you home, and Shannon. I'm sure you.
I'm pretty sure they were here when I got
if you
here.
have anything in your house following you home and
I don't
whatnot.
think so. I'm not
They follow
entertaining
me
enough.
everywhere.
So,
Where am I going?
but yeah, no, yeah, it is possible. Absolutely possible. When you go on an investigation, what you want to try to do is right before you leave, you kind of want to say like a closing statement, a closing prayer, or whatever you want to use, and pretty much just say, you know, whatever is here has to stay here, cannot follow us home, and so on and so forth. And that usually works, believe it or not. But there's been many, many, many times where we've just forgot to say it, and unfortunately,
This place is a frat
sometimes-
house for ghosts. Now.
Sometimes things follow you home. I mean, fortunate enough with my encounters, it's nothing negative that followed me home. But is it possible? Sure, absolutely. There you have it.
Yeah,
That's
I've never felt anything negative in my house. So
Okay.
weird things happen, but that's
Yeah.
it. Okay, last question comes from Pam. Do you believe that the evil eye is real, and can I be cursed by it?
Well, the evil eye is to ward off evil, not to be
I
cursed
think they
by
mean
it.
no. That's
The
yes and no.
Italians, you would give someone the
give
evil
someone
eye
the
to
evil
curse
eye.
them.
In
Is
Italian,
that what you're
it's
talking
cursing
about?
them, yeah.
You're not talking about the actual
The evil
charm?
eye, as we call in Greek, it's called the mati. It's
Okay.
the little blue eye thing.
Right,
And,
right.
That's used to ward off people from
there's-
giving you the evil
right.
eye.
There's an actual charm. It's like blue, and it looks like it kind of has like an eyeball in the center
Right.
of it. It's a charm, and it's called the evil eye, and that is to basically ward off, like you said, people that give you an evil eye.
Right.
But do I believe that you can be cursed by? I don't know if it's a curse. If somebody gives you the evil eye, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a curse, but you may have bad luck for a little while. I mean, do I believe in stuff like that? I do. I think it's possible. I think if you constantly give negativity towards someone every day and you kind of give them that look, you kind of, you're putting negative around that person. I think, I believe it could happen. I'm in the paranormal field. I think anything can happen. I mean, but yeah, I believe so.
We have my son's christening cross, and my grandmother bought him the evil eye, the mati, and put it on his thing, on his same chain with his
Okay.
crucifix. And we went to the church, and my priest, the father, looks at him and he goes, "What the hell is that thing doing next to the cross?" It's so
Oh, shit.
bad. He's like,
Wow.
"Those don't belong on the same chain together." He goes, "Don't mix superstition with religion." That's what he
Damn.
said.
But I
But,
mean, if this person is, if they are concerned about it, you could get an evil eye charm, and that's supposed to reflect it. Or if you feel like somebody gave you the evil eye, and you feel a little down or whatever, you're having some bad luck, there is, I guess, a cleansing ritual you can kind of do. You don't have to do much. All you do is, before you go to bed, take a glass of water, and normally it would be like cool. It doesn't have to be freezing cold, but cool. Take a glass of water, put it right by where your head would be, where you sleep, and take an egg and crack the egg into the water. And fall asleep like you normally would. Next morning, take that and just take the egg and just throw it away. Supposedly, in theory, what would happen here is any evil that's within your body or any curse that you may have, what you could do is while you're sleeping, it comes out of your body and goes into the egg, and then that you just throw it out, and that's getting rid of any evilness towards you or whatever it may be. It's one of those things. It's a sort of cleansing for this. I've heard it used quite a few times, so you might want to try that. It might work. There you go.
Pretty good.
Yep.
All right. So that's pretty much all we have for today. All we have left is our Lippy evidence vault.
Okay.
And this is from Fort William Henry, and I'm just gonna play it for you guys so you can hear it and see what you think.
We can go to the we'll go to the crypt next.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
I love the crypt.
Rob, let me know when you're out of the crypt, and I'll move over there.
Mike, you want to jump in on that? Tell us
Sure,
about
sure.
that EVP.
At Fort William Henry, we actually, this was during our convention that we had, and we all broke up into groups, and this was Nancy's group. She was running this team, and they were quiet, and you hear somebody say, it sounds like a girl's voice saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So
Yeah, and a very low whisper.
yeah, I'll play it again.
Yeah, I'll play it right now.
We can go to the we'll go to the crypt next.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's fine.
Okay.
I love the crypt.
Rob, let me know when you're out of the crypt, and I'll move over there.
Yeah, that's pretty good, especially when that team, you hear that the person talking in the background was Michelle. There's Nancy. Those are the two females that were in that group. Everyone else, I believe, was male. So
yeah,
they're definitely pretty interesting. We definitely define that as a Class A EVP, without a doubt. You can hear it clear as day. One of our best things we've gotten from there. That's really pretty good EVP evidence from Fort William Henry. So every time we go to Fort William Henry, always get something. It never fails. It's pretty active, really. I mean, and it's anything from EVPs to some equipment possibly going off. So good stuff.
Yeah, I
Definitely
love
good
that
stuff.
place.
So it's
Looking
a great
forward to
place. I
going
can't
back.
wait to go back. I know.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So that's all we have for today.
awesome.
Thank you guys very much for joining us. As always, you can go to our Facebook page and find us on Facebook. We are also on Twitter. Our handle is @LIParanormal. Our website is at www.liparanormalinvestigators.com, and you can find us on Google+. So, just search for Long Island Paranormal Investigators. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Ghost News Network, and we'll catch you later. Have a good night.
Love you.
Night.
Sorry.